Do we know enough to come to any firm conclusions about the dangers they may pose? One thing we do know is that lead is a danger no matter where it is.
That's right. We don't know what the level of exposure is from these cables right now. No amount of lead exposure, whether it's inhaled or ingested, is safe. It stays in the blood for a period of 2 or 3 months. It could stay in the system for much longer than that, getting sequestered in organs or in the bones. And lead has deleterious effects on multiple organ systems. Its most damaging effects are on the neurological system. It can impair cognition and development, especially in young children. It also has substantial effects on reproduction. It lowers sperm counts. It can cause stillbirths and miscarriages. So you want to make sure that people aren't getting exposed to lead. Now, the question is how much lead exposure is happening as a result of these cables. And I suspect that's going to need to get resolved by the EPA. The EPA probably has authorities that it could use right now to step in, investigate these cases and make a determination about how much lead is actually leaching into soil or water and potentially getting into human consumption as a result of these cables. There's probably going to be certain parts of the country where cables are leading to exposure to humans of lead, and there's probably a lot of other parts of the country where these cables are buried and they're going to be best left alone. That taking them out is probably going to cause more harm than good. So I think you're going to need an authoritative judgment on that and a risk assessment. And that's ultimately going to come from EPA. As
was the case in, I believe it was Flint, Michigan, it would seem that maybe the biggest risk would be if these cables were near water supplies. In that case, it was lead pipes in the water system.
That's right. You worry about access to water, and some of these cables undoubtedly are going to be near water supplies and probably are leaching lead into local water systems. I suspect that that's the minority of cases where these cables are buried. Just looking at some of the reporting that's been done, the very good reporting from the Wall Street Journal. You know, we worked a lot with EPA when I was at FDA, and a lot of that work was on setting allowable limits in different environments for things like lead and other contaminants, other chemicals. Like I said, lead, you don't want lead exposure no matter what, but there's going to be instances where these cables are buried and left undisturbed. The lead isn't getting into any soil or water supply where humans can get access to it. There's going to be other cases where humans are getting access to that lead, and it is contributing to lead levels in children and adults. And those are the cases where you're going to want to remove those cables. EPA can make a judgment. They're going to have to set, sort of a stricture, a sort of framework around where these cables are going to get removed and where they could be left in place. And also there's questions about whether you can sheath some of these cables to prevent lead exposure, particularly the ones that are on overhead wires.
Dr. Gottlieb, let me ask, because this one seems like, because the lead risks are so clear and the evidence is so clear that there's been, like, for instance, people who have been fishing in spots with, 15 times the acceptable limits for almost 30 years. I mean, every paragraph in this original story details examples like this, the Lake Tahoe one with a camping ground and a lake, and you can imagine how many people over the years have been. There's not going to be any question of possible exposure and possible damage. So my question to you is, what's the precedent for these companies? Is there a precedent for some kind of structure or pay settlement that could help investors understand how big the financial risk might be and how it might be resolved?
Yeah, look, I don't think that there's a precedent on this kind of a scale that's this attributable to one source of lead. And we know that people are still getting exposed to lead, but we don't know the source. Quest Diagnostics did a study in 2021 looking at lead levels in children who were tested for lead. Most kids get tested for lead around the age of 1 or 2. And about half of the children had levels of lead. And, you can't trace that back to a very clear source. We've done a lot to reduce lead exposure in the environment, taking out lead pipes, removing lead from paints and gasolines, yet people continue to get exposed to lead. So it's probably going to be from these kinds of environmental sources. I think demonstrating causality, except in the most obvious cases where someone was directly exposed to, a source that was contaminated from one of these cables, is probably going to be difficult. I don't think that there's a real precedent for a company having responsibility and obligation, facing potential liability for something that's this distributed. Whether or not the government steps in to backstop some of that, there's obviously funds that do that. This may fall under some of the clean water standards. Remains an open question.